So let's do the next question so that we can get an idea. So 13, 0.13 repeating. So what you do first, you're going to write it 13 minus, in front of the repeating, do we have any numbers? No, right? So minus 0. Okay? Over how many numbers under the repeating? Two numbers. So I'm going to put it 9 and 9. And I can just 13 minus 0 is 13 over 9, 9. That's it. It's very simple if you use a technique. But if you want to do it in a long method like this, definitely it takes more time, but you're going to get the same answer. Okay? Just you need to remember, if you're using a technique, please remember how to use the technique. Okay. All right, let me pause this. Let's try 0.45 repeating, and the other one is 0.123 repeating, so we can see how do we solve these questions. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Let's try, and then we'll go back and check. All right, let's move it up. All right, let's look into these answers and see what you can get. And 0.45 repeating. Tell me what you got.
45 over 99.
45 over 99. That is it. That's it. That's all. Because you can write it. It's 45. And then I don't see any number in front of the repeating, so I'm going to put a 0 over. I see two numbers are repeating, so I'm going to put it 2 9s. And then you can answer is going to be 45 over 99. That's the answer. So sometimes you get the answer is good, but sometimes you may not see the answer there. What's happening with this is they're simplified. What does that mean is, let's say it's 45 over 99. If I simplify this one, well, I'm going to take a different color to see it. So I can reduce this one. Okay, what goes in 45 and 99? What number goes in? Does 2 goes in both? 2 doesn't go, no, 5 is ending. So it should go in 3. So I'm going to divide with the 3. 3 goes in 45 how many times? Anyone? 3 goes in 45 how many times? 3 times 1, 15 times. Over 99 goes in 3 how many times? 33, right? So that's good. And then when I see this one, this goes in again, we can reduce it by 3 also. So you have to reduce all the way down, because otherwise you may not see your answer on the answer. So if I reduce this more, 15 goes in 3 how many times? 5 times. And then 33, 11 times. Okay? So that's the 5 over 11. That's a 5 over 11. Alright? In case if you want to check it, and you take a calculator out, and 5 divided by 11, and then you're going to see the 4 5 is going to repeat. So if you want to check it, let's check this one here. I'm going to pull a calculator. Okay, calculator. So I got a 5 over 11, right? Look at this. 5 divided by 11. Watch this, what happened. You see that? 4 5 4 5 4 5 repeating. So we converted 4 5 repeating into a decimal form. So we got that answer. Okay? That's simple these questions are. Now let's look into the next one. So far we did all the questions. The numbers are not like, there's no numbers before the repeating part. What if I have a numbers in front of the repeating part? How do I solve those type of questions? So let's say I have 0.23333, 3 only repeating, not the 2. So let's take a question right here. Watch this one. So let's take 0.23 is repeating. Okay, 3 is repeating. Only 3 repeating. I don't have the 2 is not repeating. So how do we do this question? I'm gonna do in a longer method first to show you guys like how the technique works. That way you can see like, wow, that technique is much helpful. So watch this one, eyes on the screen, so that way you don't miss it. So what I'm gonna do, take that one is f equal 0.23 repeating. 3 repeating means what? 3 has to repeat, 3, 3, 3, goes on, okay? Now pay attention, okay? So that way you can, I'll give you some time to work, take notes on, but let's pay attention to this. Now, this one right here, since under the repeating I have only one decimal, I'm gonna multiply by 10, just for the long method. I'm gonna get 10f, I'm gonna move the decimal up to here, that's gonna be a 2.333 repeating. I'm gonna bring this one down back again. That's gonna be an f equal 0.2333 and so on. I'm gonna subtract these two. 10f minus 1f, which is gonna be 9f. And now let's see what we can cross out. I can cross out the 3's, 3, 3, but here is 3 minus 2, that's 1. 1 point, this is 2, 2.1, okay? And then now let's divide by 9 on both sides. Let me change color. Let's divide by 9 on both sides. So I'm gonna get f equal 2.1 over 9. But this one is not a right format. It's because I can't write a 2.1 and as a fraction. You have a decimal and fraction. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move the decimal to the one place this side. So it's just nothing but I'm going to multiply by a 10. So let's look at it, this one. I'm gonna multiply this one by 10, I'm gonna multiply this one by 10. So I got 2.1 becomes 21 over 9 times 10 is 90. This is what you need to do if you don't remember the technique, okay? Now, follow with me carefully. I'll give you some time to write it down. Just pay attention to the board so that way you can see how can I use this with the technique, all right? Eyes on the screen, please. Okay, now watch this carefully. That way you don't miss the technique. So, in this case, I have a number. One is repeating and the other one is non-repeating. Agree? Eyes on the screen. You can write it a little bit later. Pay attention so that way you don't miss the technique. So what you do, you're going to write out the number. I'm going to write down the 23 minus, what number is non-repeating? Which number is non-repeating? 2. I'm going to take that out. Before, there's no number, so we take off 0. But here I have 1 over, pay attention. For the repeating, I'm going to put a 9. Because under the repeating, I have 1 number. I put that. But without repeating, I have 1 number. Listen carefully. Without repeating, I have 1 number. For that one, I'm going to put a 0. The non-repeating number gets a 0. The repeating number gets 9. So let's subtract this. What is 23 minus 2? 21 over 90. Is this the same answer we got? That's it. That's it. Those are the techniques. Okay? And these will help you so fast you can do the answers quickly. Otherwise, if you don't want to like the techniques, you can follow the entire method. Okay, let's try a few questions based on these models so that way you can get a really good idea how to work on these type of questions. Let's see. I'm going to view this question here so that way you guys can both see. But I'm going to put a question in this bottom right here. This guy. Let's try the questions. Now let's try number 1.35 is repeating. And then question number 2.2156 repeats. Let's try to do these two questions and then we can check. All right, let's look into these answers first so that way we can get, and make sure you guys did that one on your paper. That way you can cross-check your answers. Now let's do the first one. Color. Okay. Now first one, how do we set up, is going to be 35 minus, what do I subtract? Good job, thank you. Over 90, because under the repeating I have one number that's going to get 9, and the one number without repeating, so I'm going to put 0 over that. Okay. And 35 minus 3, 32. That's going to be 32 over 90. That's it. If you have the answer, good to go. If you don't have the answer, what you need to do, reduce it. I know the both numbers can go in 2. So I can divide it by 2, divide it by 2. That's a 32, that is 16 over 45. That's it, like that. Okay. So if you want to check it, you can always take a calculator, divide 16 by 45. You are going to see that 0.3 repeating. Okay. Good to go? Awesome.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, we'll wait. That is true. Exactly. You got it. Good work. I'm so happy with that. At least you guys got some. Okay, so let's look into this. What's going on again? Okay. Now for this question, oops. Okay. For this one, you're going to write a 2156 minus non-repeating, which is 21, over, under the repeat I have 2 numbers, I'm going to put a 2 9s, and without repeating I have 2 numbers, so I'm going to put a 2 zeros. And my answer is going to be, subtract that, that's going to be a 5, 3, 1, 2 over 9, 9, 0, 0. I think you can reduce it with the 5, and then you can get the answer there too. Good work, guys.